write books. Welcome to the video. It's Saturday. Guess what time it is? Okay, let's start earlier. Guess what time I wanted it to be? 9 a.m. Okay? Wanted to wake up, feel the wind on my face. I don't know where the wind is coming from. And make an entire revision plan in one day. Guess what time it is? It is 1 p.m., which is not the end of the world, but it might be. Yes, okay, let me catch you up. So I just finished annotating draft 2 of my book. I've been saying the wrong number. Like, I think in my last video, I called it draft 1 and draft 3, but never draft 2, which is what it actually is. As you can see, there's a lot happening, and I'm starting to realize that this is probably gonna take longer than I think it is. And that could either mean that I need to spend 2 weeks making a revision plan, or that I need to #buckle in and do it for 5 hours, you know? And so what I'm doing at the current moment, my current revision plan is I've tracked 6 things in this draft. I have tracked the character development. So anytime you learn anything about my 2 POV characters, that is new information or it's reinforced information, I highlighted it. So for example, the first thing that's highlighted is she says something like, it would be nice if I was fully trained. So I highlighted that because we're saying, okay, she's not fully trained in this. So every piece of information, even things that like, I roll my eyes at him, as I do at any person who assumes their obligation is somehow greater than everyone around them. That's just like a random thought she has about things. So I highlighted everything for my 2 POV characters that's on the page for the most part. I also tracked their relationship. So anytime they think about each other, they get little flutters, they make aggressive eye contact, anything where they are thinking or talking to each other in a way that develops their relationship. Honestly though, most things are highlighted in this book, or like sections are highlighted. I also tracked anything that's wrong with things on a plot level, and then anything that's wrong with things on a scene level. So the plot level things are this, and essentially I highlighted anytime there was something where I'm like, make sure that you resolve that, or that needs to be fixed. I wrote myself many notes in this that are like, it'll be like in the middle of a sentence, there'll be a parentheses that's like, hey, fix this later, you know? So I highlighted all of that in blue or green, or this color, this one. And then with the orange, I highlighted anything that's wrong on like a scene level. So like if I spelled something really wrong, or like inconsistencies, like if I said someone was on the phone and then a second later they're calling someone again, even though they're still on the phone, like things like that where it's not important to the plot, but it's like an inconsistency, that I don't really feel the need to like hone in on. And the most important thing I think for this draft that I tracked is the crime, which maybe I already talked about, but I'm just gonna do it again. Every time you get any piece of information, whether it's from a POV character, whether it's like fake information that you get, whether it is like from a case file or on the news or something that a character thinks, it all happens in this one. And so the main thing for this revision is to make sure it makes sense. I will tell you right now, this marker got worn out quite a bit. It's because it's not even tracking like anything that's wrong with it, but it's just tracking everything that happened. So I think that that's all I tracked. And so from here, what I need to do is I need to put all of this information together. So essentially just making a separate list for each color, seeing if there's inconsistencies, and then specifically with the crime element, I think I'm actually gonna do this last or first. I'm gonna write out 2 different documents. What actually happens from before the book even starts? Like, what is the plan? Like, what are we trying? What is the baddies? What are they trying to do? And then I'm gonna have one that's like, what actually happened? I'm just gonna like really get clear and get like clear and specific about what is happening. That is always my issue. And I write thrillers, so it's kind of a big issue, but that's always something that I assume that I know what's happening, and so I don't do the mental work, and I'm gonna know what happens in this crime. And then I'm also gonna do that with the plot problems. Although I think most of the plot problems fall into a different category, like fall into character or crime or relationship, you know. So from there, I'm gonna make a giant list, and it's not gonna be overwhelming at all of the changes I'm gonna make and I'm gonna organize it by chapter, and then I'm gonna go into those scenes and make the changes. This is all not happening today. Today I'm just gonna try to make all the lists of everything. I was thinking about doing it on the whiteboard, but I think I might just do it in Scrivener so that I have the files. But I think I'm also gonna make a timeline because I know a lot of my plot issues, they're not issues, they're just like, I don't have a clear timeline of like how long the book takes place during. So that is my revision plan. But I think first, before making my revision plan, I have some beta reader feedback too that I haven't really dug into, and I think it's probably the same as what I have myself, but I'm gonna look through that, what I have so far, and implement any of that into the revision as well. So then I will, hopefully I can finish all that today. What I'm really trying to figure out though right now is how exactly I'm gonna put things into scenes, because the way I have done this before is I would have this list of revisions and I would start rewriting the book from the beginning again as I was rewriting. But I don't know if that's super necessary because I did just rewrite the whole book from scratch. Not from scratch, but from a different draft in my last edit, so I don't know. This seems like a lot of work. Like I think instead I might like go into each chapter and add in dialogue or add in an action step or something. That's the one thing I'm not quite sure about yet, because there are scenes that need to be fleshed out and I have noted that, and that might even be something that I do in this draft. On this. Here's the thing about me. I look like an angel. It's just the framing of that, like the sun coming in and all of the religious stuff over there. Anyway, hi. So here's what I am thinking about currently. I know this about myself, that one of my toxic traits is, or toxic writing habits, is I get into a scarcity mindset. I start to act as though if I don't do everything today, I'm gonna forget how to write. And I don't love that attitude. But I get like this, where I'm like, I need to solve all the plot issues today or I'm gonna lose my train of thought. And I am done believing that. Like, I'm gonna trust myself that I'm gonna be able to figure out this plot issue today, tomorrow, or 2 weeks from now, even if I take a break. So also I'm just really out of it. I have a very busy week and I saw this show all over the TikTok, My Lady Jane, and it just looks so good. And I think I'm just gonna like watch it and not write. I did start and it is going well. I just don't feel the need to do it all in one day because I think it's gonna take a little bit longer than I thought, because it always does. So it's just gonna take a little bit longer. I got through like the first 2 chapters and it took 20 minutes, which is about how long the read through took, you know? So I'm just gonna take it slower and I'm just gonna trust that I can solve the plot issues now or later. And so I'm gonna just hang out for once in my life. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Hey everyone, it's the next day. It's me, Alyssa. One day someone else will show up and I won't have to introduce myself. My Lady Jane, A+ work from everyone on the team. I did watch all 8 episodes in one sitting. It was lovely. That man, I saw someone say that like series is for people who thought that the horse from Spirit was kind of cute. And I agree. Also just such great writing, and it was like really well done. So that was nice. I'm currently in the middle of my worst nightmare. Okay, that's so exaggerated and dramatic. Everything is fine. I just am forcing myself right now to respond to every outstanding message on my phone, because it's just in a really bad backlog, and I'm usually pretty good about like keeping up with everything, and I've been so bad at it, and there's so many messages. And then I'm getting to a point where so many of them are like from so long ago that now it's like bad that I didn't message. And like, the problem is these are not quick answers. These are like, I think I was talking about this like 2 vlogs ago, where they're like, I have to look at the calendar and make a decision and like change things around and like all this stuff. I just had to call someone, which is fine. It was part of what I needed to do, but I really did not expect this person to pick up. So I was not emotionally ready for a call. It was really fine. It was just like one of those where I didn't, because I wasn't expecting anyone to answer the phone. Then I just was not, I just was so bad. I'm like not great on like the phone, because I will fill in, like I will try to talk if the pause is too long, but sometimes they were just trying to say something and I just like cut them off. And this was one of those things where it's like, we're planning something, but we've never met or talked before. It was just so miserable. Because usually I get on the phone and I'm like, that was not as bad as I thought it was. No, it was as bad. It was as bad. Anyway, this morning I'm struggling. I knew that this would happen after I like watched a whole show in one sitting last night. This is not new information, that I'm not gonna feel that great the next day. I've just been feeling really overwhelmed by, I think it's just a combination of things. And it actually reminds me of how I felt like all the time. Like there was one summer that I was DJing 20 weddings over the summer, and I was also working a really stressful job. I just felt like this all the time, where there's like so many things that are right in front of me that I need to like deal with, but I'm also trying to do all these other creative things. And because those things that I chose to do, I don't want to like let them go because they're not technically like I want to keep up with content, and I want to keep up with writing, and I want to do all this querying stuff, and I want to keep up with my triathlon training, and all of that is happening. But then I also have this really big work project this week, and then I have another contract thing that came up, and it's just like, I'm technically not behind, but it feels like I'm just overwhelmed. The things that I'm feeling like I'm falling behind are things that like I actually don't need to do, but I want to do. My gut is telling me that I need to just not film after today, that I just need to focus on my job this week, which is not as fun. But sometimes, like if I have, like with this job, I have those weeks once a quarter where there's like a big project that I'm working on. Why I'm talking to you right now is because I still have not answered all of the messages that I need to. But I'm not, and I'm going to go get groceries, but I'm not leaving until I respond to every message. I think I have 1 left. No, I have 2. No, I have 3. That's so annoying. That took 1 second. I have been avoiding that one for like weeks, which is so bad. Here's a montage of me answering an email. Ready? Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I don't know what even happens in this video, so sorry if you hear the air fryer. It's just how I live. I'm coming up on one of these weeks, this week, where I'm not gonna be vlogging, which I think I mentioned in this video already, but I haven't done that in a long time. And this is a week where I have something every night and something most mornings, and it's a busy week of work and I'm traveling, and I was actually very annoyed that this was coming because I was really worried it was gonna impact my flow. Like I've been writing for honestly months now every day, and I've taken like multiple day breaks, but it's weird to be prioritizing something that is not writing. But I think that's good to do every once in a while, because I was just feeling like that beginning stage of, I don't want to say burnout because I don't think I've ever actually been in burnout, but like this has been my sole priority for so long. I think it's nice to have something else be a sole priority, if only for a week. Like this week I am like fully going into that like videographer mode that I used to be in all the time in my last job, and I'm kind of stepping back into that, which I mean, I step into that regularly during the day for my job, but never for like these long extended shoots. And so it is kind of nice to like feel a different type of creative energy. And I think that will actually help refresh. Because today I've already been like prepping equipment and stuff for that project and burnt out of that for a long time. And so it's nice to feel excited and creatively fulfilled in that way. And I think that that will help sustain my creative energy, because honestly, I've been getting a little bit, I don't think burnt out. I'm gonna keep saying the word burnt out even though I'm not burnt out. My vlogging has been very consistent for a long time now, and that's good, and I enjoy it, obviously, but every once in a while, like every couple of months, I'm like, I just don't want to film myself anymore. Like I start to just get annoyed with what I say on camera. Like I'm probably editing this right now and being like, can she just shut up already? You know, I'm actually gonna edit all of the videos that come out this week today. Maybe 2 of them for sure, I don't know. It's nice to refocus my creative energy in a different way, is what I'm essentially trying to say. Yeah, I will see you again soon for you. The next time I update you, I'll probably be much further along. Okay, goodbye. I will see you soon.